It's transplanting time. Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. We are in the indoor grow space and I'm going to give you an indoor garden update and we're going to do some things. Come on with me. We are going to do an indoor garden tour. Now that we are in early November, most of the items most of the items in the garden are done, and we have already set up our indoor grow space for us to garden through the winter. Now, I grow all of my own produce. I should say vegetables. I don't grow all of my own fruits, but I do grow my own vegetables. If I don't grow it, we're not eating it. So I need to try to keep some of those fresh produce coming in through the winter because I am in zone 6B, Southwest Ohio. And so it makes it very difficult to grow some of those things through the winter months. So to have fresh produce in the wintertime, I grow indoors. So today I am going to start by giving you a brief tour of what's happening in the indoor grow space. And then we're going to do some things while we're in the indoor grow space. So I guess the first thing that I should start with is the plants that I started. So these young seedlings been going for, I believe, about 2 weeks now. I put them in. I was out of town for a week and I've been in town for a week. So they've been going for about 2 weeks. And I have different types of lettuces in there. I have tomatoes in there that I will eventually get into one of my green stalks. And I have collards. So these two cells right here are collard greens. So this is how my young seedlings are doing thus far. And very proud of these little seedlings. And we are going to do something with some of this lettuce today. What else do we have going on? Let me think. Behind me. Behind me, I have indoor potatoes growing indoor. And one of them has already broken ground. So let me show you that. Now, last year, y'all, I couldn't do all of this moving around because I only had a 5x5 grow tent. This year we have a 4x8 and it's much longer and it gives me the ability to do a few more things all inside the grow space versus having to work outside the grow space. But the indoor potatoes, let's get over there and look at them. So I have two pots. There's one there, and that one hasn't done anything yet. And then this one here, I have the little thing has poked his head out of the ground here. Now, there are two different kinds of potatoes. I honestly don't remember what I planted. I think there's a red one, maybe, and a white potato, I think. I will have to go back and check, but we've already broken ground. So, as far as I'm concerned, the potatoes are happy. The other thing that I have going on in the indoor grow space is my overwintered peppers. So I brought in 4 tiers of sweet peppers from outdoors indoors into my grow space. And yes, I run the risk of pests. So far, not too bad. I mean, no more than what I normally see when I bring the fresh produce in from outdoors throughout the season. So far, so good. But we will keep an eye out for those pests. I'm thinking more like fungus, gnats, mites, not mites. What are they called? Aphids, things like that. And so far, so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But let me show you the green stalk. So here's the green stalk. I'm on the floor, so we're going to just tilt and look at how it's doing. Every pocket has bounced back from where I initially put them in. I got fresh new leaves coming in. There's some new leaves right here as well. Way up at the top, way up at the top. Over there, you might not even be able to see it. There are peppers up there. There are peppers down here. The leaves are nice and green. They were really light green when I first planted this, but I mean, it's really, really coming in. Look at these new leaves right here. So hopefully this will stay very happy. There's another green pepper, but all sweet peppers here. We will keep our eye out on this. I'm going to show you some more peppers all the way up at the top. I'm doing this the lazy way, y'all. Way up there, there's some more peppers. But that's the indoor GreenStalk. Now, with the indoor GreenStalk, a lot of people are very concerned about how you handle watering with a GreenStalk indoors. So, of course, the GreenStalk, I have it on a ultimate spinner. Let me move this back here out the way. So I have it on an ultimate spinner right here, and I have it on 2x4s. And so this is two 2x4s cut into 2-foot pieces. And so there's 2 boards here. It runs from end to end, and it puts this up off the floor just enough for me to put something underneath it if I put too much water in the GreenStalk and it comes out the bottom into this tray here. Now, when you're dealing with a GreenStalk indoors, you are going to water much slower. You're going to give that water time to work its way through the unit before you just throw in 2 gallons, or you're not going to hook it up to the top and just keep running till water comes out the bottom. You have to water much slower when you're watering indoors. And so you have to take your time with the watering. I usually start with about 1 gallon. I'll walk away. And then I'm looking at the bottom of each pocket to see if it's dripping to the next level yet or not. And then I will slowly add more water as I go. So that's how I water my GreenStalks. So that's it so far in the indoor grow space. Just the seedlings, some potatoes behind me here, and the GreenStalk. But we are going to take the lettuce that's in here, or some of it, not all of it, but we're going to take this lettuce and we are going to start our second GreenStalk today. We're going to put it right here, in here. And so I'm not going to bring in all 4 layers, or levels, I should say, or tiers of this next GreenStalk, but I plan on putting up to 4 tiers of my GreenStalk in this in the indoor grow space. I already got 4 tiers up. This will be the 5th tier. And we're going to do this tier 100% in lettuce. Now, this is going to be a little out of order because when I go to put my, my bush tomatoes in, they're going to need to be on the bottom, but they're not quite ready. I mean, I could put them in now. I'm just not ready to put them in yet. I want them to be a little bigger and a little stronger before I add them to a tier. So we're going to go ahead and put the lettuce in today. And when it's time to put the tomatoes in, we will just rearrange the tiers in the order that they need to be in. So lettuce today, and in addition to the lettuce, y'all, I'm putting cucumbers in. Yes, I am. I am going to start some, well, let me make sure I got some cucumber seeds. Don't let me get ahead of myself here. I hope I have some cucumber seeds. I do. I have cucumber seeds. So we will start some cucumbers. These cucumbers are, there's a name for it. Yep. This is called a quick snack. Quick snack is like, it's self-pollinating. So you don't need the bees to come over and pollinate them for you. They are self-pollinating. I grew quick snack last year in my hydroponic system, and this year I'm going to actually grow it in one of my Vego herb planters, which is what I have right here, this little one. And this is a self-watering planter too, by the way, so I don't have to worry about watering when I'm out of town and my family doesn't want to do it for me. So we're going to put 2 of those cucumber seeds in here. And again, it's called Quick Snack. And I don't know, you might be able to get this from somewhere else. You might be able to, but I got mine from Victory Seeds. And again, These will grow in the house on a warm windowsill. It says can be grown outdoors or inside on a sunny windowsill or counter. So it says harvest when 2 inches long for best flavor and seedless, or you can let them get up to 4 to 6 inches long. So this is going to be a nice cucumber for indoors, so we can have fresh cucumbers and not have to buy that half ripe stuff from the grocery store. So we are going to do cucumbers and we're going to do the lettuce. Let's do the cucumbers first. We will do the cucumbers, get that out the way. Wow, I am feeling so happy. I can do all of this in this indoor grow space and I don't have to keep moving around and trying to find good lighting. Whoo! This is going to make my life so much easier. So let me see if you can see what I see. I'm just going to keep moving back till you can see me. I think you can see me and I don't have to keep adjusting the camera. Isn't that perfect? Okay, all right. So we have our quick snack cucumbers, self-pollinating cucumbers. And I said I was going to put 2 in here. And I think that's all I'm going to put in here. I don't have that many seeds left, and I do want to put some in my hydroponic system. So actually, I'm going to put 3. We'll put 3. And y'all, I paid a ton of money for these seeds. Whoo! I paid way too much. Way too much for these seeds. And I only came with 10 seeds in a pack. So I got to treat them like they're gold. So anyway, I got the seeds in. Let me put some gloves on. Here's my little Vego Garden container, and it's a herb planter, but you can put whatever you want in here. And it's self-watering. There are 2 pieces. And so I got water already in the bottom of this one. It's ready to go. And it's got a little meter on here to let you know how much water is in the bottom. But I got my 3 seeds right there on top. And I'm going to put my seeds in, I think it's a 1/4 inch. Half inch. It says 1/2 inch deep. So we're going to push that down about a 1/2 inch. Now I already have in here fertilizer. So I have Dr. Earth fertilizer in here, and it's an organic granular style fertilizer. And I don't remember the NP and K, but it's low and slow, single digit numbers. I think the numbers are like less than 5. So Dr. Earth is in here as well. I added a little bit of compost as well. And I already had potting mix in here, and it's probably Happy Frog is what's in here. So this pot's ready to go. We will add a little more water to it. Let me get to the water. My tent's so big, I have to keep scooting around in here. I'm not used to having so much room. So we're going to add just a little more water because I want to make sure the seeds are touching the water. And yep, them seeds floated right to the top. I'm going to have to work on that. Let me fix that. I want to make sure that they're underneath the soil here. All right. Cucumbers are in, y'all. They're in. They're ready. They're ready. And I want to just add them to a shelf for now. Anywhere where they can get light. Okay, that's not in there, right? Let me make sure that's all the way in. There we go. So I got it in there. And the reason why I chose this particular herb planter, let me show you why. Let me push it over here out the way so I can take a bus over to the other side of my tent. It's so big. This planter has trellising already. All I gotta do is stick my little trellising in. Is it in there right? Looks right to me. It's in there and it's ready to go. I should have took my gloves off. Get dirt all on the side. But there it is. My little Vego herb planter. If you're interested in any Vego products, link will be below. Same thing with my GreenStalks. Links will be below, as well as for the different types of fertilizers, soils, compost, all of that kind of stuff I use. All the links are below. So there you go. There you have it. This one's done. So let me add it to a shelf. Actually, I don't even have to put it on a shelf. Y'all, I can just sit it right here. And it's already getting the light. The light's right overhead. I don't even have to put it on a shelf. I can just put it right here in between these two towers, and it's happy. All right. Now, let's work on these transplants. Bring you in close. Make sure you can see what I can see. Y'all, I was getting ready to run. I thought a bug done crawl on me, and it was the string from my pants. I was getting ready to take off. Y'all, I don't like bugs crawling. Now, I'm not really scared of bugs. I just don't like them. I just don't like crawly things like worms and stuff. Outside of hornworms, because that scares me. That thing was humongous. But outside of hornworms, it's not that I'm scared of spiders and ants and that kind of stuff. I just don't want them crawling on me. All right, so we are going to pick and choose which of these we're going to use today. And I only have 6 spots, and then this is where we get in trouble because I want everything. And I can't have everything, but we will definitely take the Gustav because I only got 1 plant. That's an easy one. Some of these are in here so close together. It's going to be very difficult to get them out. But I need something red, so we got to get some Merlot. I got to get some Cimarron. Ooh, that one didn't come up at all. Lala Rosa wasn't happy. Let's see here. I didn't even realize nothing came up in that one. All right, let me get my gloves on here and let's start this party here. I already have my fertilizer in here as well, depending on the type plant. So if it's a loose leaf plant, I might put 2 in here. If it's a heading plant, I may only put 1 in here. So it just depends on what I'm planting. So I am going to put Gustav in right here. Wow, y'all, this is amazing. You can see everything. I am loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So Gustav is going to go here first. And by the way, my seedlings need to be watered really, really bad. I mean, really bad. They need to be watered. But we're going to water after we get some plants in, if I can. I want to be careful because see the roots are coming out the bottom there. So I want to make sure I'm being very careful. Since and I'm going to throw this one away. As soon as I get everything out, it's done. We're going to put 1 Gustav in here because I only have 1. So if I had some Mykos, which I don't at the moment, I need to buy some. But if I had Mykos, I would put some Mykos in the bottom here. I don't have any. But I have 1 Gustav plant, which we are going to put right here, my 1 little plant. And y'all, I'm getting ready to go out of town again. I'm going out of town. And I pray that my family takes care of my plants for me. I pray. I hope they will. I'm sure they will. Because Mom had some lettuce today. I fixed her a tomahawk steak. I fixed her baked potatoes from the garden. But what else did she have? Green beans from the garden. And baked potatoes, green beans. Oh, and lettuce from the garden. So lettuce with peppers and onions for a nice salad. And she ate that salad and she thought it was delicious. So maybe if she knew lettuce was down here growing, she'll take care of it. Maybe. I hope so. So let's go ahead and empty everything that the Gustav was in there. My 1 little Gustav plant. Got Gustav. What else we're going to put in here? Let's put in Cimarron. So I got 2 little spots. Cimarron is it's kind of like a romaine lettuce. It's green and kind of reddish in color. And I definitely have more than 3 in here. But we are going to take 3. And y'all, they're so small. These gloves are too big. So I'm just going to have dirty hands today. I'm going to put one right there. And can I get another big one? Oh, that's a nice size one. There's some baby ones in there I'm going to lose, but there's two. Now, I was only trying to put maybe 4 or 5 seeds at most. It looks like there's 20 in here. So we're going to put these back, y'all. Look at that. Putting it right on back in there. I'm going to give it some soil. Yep. There it is. Like I never took it out. It's happy again. Well, it will be after I give it some water. So we put the Cimarron back in there. I need to get another Cimarron name tag, but we'll do that later. Tuck it in real quick here. When you are transplanting, and these are tiny transplants, honestly, they could have went another week. I didn't need to do this today. But I wanted to do something. If I'm going to come in here and show you the indoor grow space, I want to show you something that I've done. So I got that in here. And it has very short roots. And so when you are transplanting, you transplant back to the level that it already was. So these have very, very short roots. So I will get those watered in here shortly, and hopefully they survive while I'm gone. What else do we want to put in here? What is this? Oh, butter crunch. All right, let's put butter crunch right here. Now, butter crunch looks a little bigger. Look at that. I'm going to put 2 in there. 2 may be too many, but if I can put 2 in there and not disturb, look at that. I got 2 out and I didn't disturb the other ones in here growing. So that's good. Butter crunch is going in. Now, I'll come back and watch this video later and come with name tags because I just don't have time to do that today. I am doing good on a Sunday to be down here in this grow tent making a video before I'm heading out of town tomorrow. All right, we got butter crunch in. How about some Merlot? Merlot. You got to have some red lettuce with your green lettuce. Let's see. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I am pulling up the back side. The front side is fine. Now, in the past, I would pull up the whole section, break it in half, and just dump it in. And that's what I'm going to do on these next 2. That's the plan anyway. Put the Merlot in. Merlot grows so beautifully. Oh, I love the way Merlot grows. All right. I'm putting them back into the same depth they already was. They already were in. All right. So that's Merlot. I got Lantis Winter and Slow Bolt. Well, I don't think we really have to worry too much about something bolting in my indoor grow space. So I'm not too worried about that. But let's pull out. It's so dry, it's kind of falling apart. That's just how loose it is. So for the Lantis Winter, I'm going to show you. So you see how the roots are kind of just wrapped around? I used to just break it in half. I take one half and I put the other half back. That's the process. And then it looks like I got 2 in this one. It looks like there's 3 in that one. So when I start the next tier of lettuce, I'll have lettuce ready to go right there. And we're going to do the same thing with the Lantis Winter right here. I'm just making a hole. I'm going to pull out the Lantis Winter, if it'll let me. Oh, I mean Slow Bolt. That was Lantis Winter. This is Slow Bolt. It is so dry. So dry. And we're going to break it in half. We're going to take half and we're going to put half back. And I'm going to bury it to the same depth that it already was. And y'all look, we have 6 pockets and I have seedlings to go back in. But you know what, y'all? I'm going to have to add just a little bit of soil just to help kind of pack it in a little better there. Usually I break it in half and use the other half, but there we go. And I'm still growing lettuce, so I didn't use everything. I still have enough lettuce probably to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pockets in the next tier. So we're doing good. Oh, the Tasmanian chocolate, the little baby ones came up. I thought I only got 2. Here are 2 more babies that came up. All right. So we are going to put these down. We're going to come over here and we're going to talk to our plants a little bit. Now, y'all do good while mommy's gone. We do need to water these in. This soil is pretty dry, to be honest with you. We will water this one in first, and then we will talk about how we water our seedlings. So the first thing I'm going to do for this one is put my little tray down here to catch any runoff because we don't want the water running on the floor. So here's the tray for the runoff. And now I'm going to water each pocket because they're so little. And I got it on a spinner, watering each pocket. I see my first insects coming up. I see ants. That's a problem, y'all. But I have something for ants. We'll take care of that before we leave. All right. Our first unwanted pest, ants. All righty. Now, let's talk about how we're going to water this in. So I always water my seedlings from the bottom. And since this pocket's empty, we're going to put water in that pocket. And it's going to run water to all of the pockets for me, or all of the seedlings, because it's just in the tray. All right. Add some more. Now, you don't want to leave your seedlings sitting in water. So you want to make sure that all the water is being absorbed by the plants. And usually what I'll do is I will fill the bottom up maybe a quarter of the way. I'll walk away and come back in a little while and double check it and make sure that everything's doing okay. Look right here. I got a little bit of water coming out. See that? But I'm catching it. Nothing's going to the floor. Anyway, back to this. So I got water in the bottom. All of the water will absorb into each one of these pockets from the bottom. It'll come up. It'll absorb it. They will be happy. And any water that doesn't absorb, we're going to pour it out because we don't want to leave the seedlings sitting in water. We don't want it to rot the roots or anything like that. So this is interesting. I'm normally not holding my seedlings when I'm watering. And it's just interesting to see how the water is being pulled in from the bottom. So anyway, let me put a little bit more in here. And then we're going to set these down over here for now until I can stand up. And we will let them finish watering in. So that's it for today. I gave you that quick tour to show you how things are doing and how I got a ton of peppers that we're going to be able to enjoy in a few weeks as well. And we're starting our lettuce in our other GreenStalk. And we don't want to forget the cucumbers. We got cucumbers going, potatoes in the back. The indoor grow space is doing well. And we are starting this season off with a bang. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. I know we're kind of in that off season. We don't have that many people thinking about gardening because, the seasons are changing, but I'm always here and I'm always producing videos. So consider subscribing to the channel, turn on notifications, like, share, all of that stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, please come back again and see me real soon. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out with me, Kim, at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.